up, guys? Welcome to the first episode of our new podcast. No, it's been a while, but episode 42 of our used to be weekly podcast here on YouTube.com/directly to you. As always, you guys can support. I know. It's been first of all, it's been it's been a few weeks. That is my fault. I apologize. I know you guys love hearing these episodes, but we're back, and I would adjust accordingly so that way we won't have any more of these gaps in the future. Also, beyond that, I'm talking to people. I'm probably gonna reformat this show so it's more adaptable. So whenever those times happen when you can't make it, I can get somebody else on. It doesn't completely gut the show, because right now with the current format, it's like we can't really do the show without you. Like streams, if you're not there, it's like, okay, whatever, I can do a stream by myself. Or if I have enough time ahead of time to be like, hey, I'm not gonna be able to upload a video, I can do another video. Right. But with this, I can't really be like, all right, so let's discuss second thoughts on Logan's video. So how did Logan feel about, that's going to have to, the format of the show is going to have to change. We're going to have to add more meat to it outside of the videos. I'm going to there's more topics in the video right now to kind of, it's killing two birds with one stone. It's touching on stuff that I thought was important to talk about that we couldn't talk about in the weeks that we missed. And also trying to add more to the show that's not just responding to the community and giving our second thoughts on videos. Right. Yeah. At least for the time being, until it becomes more thing where it's it's more of a no, okay, this is something that can be hit because nothing else is there's nothing else set in as far as that can get in the way of it. And that can be done if you support on our channel, youtube.com/fanatics4. Become a channel member for $5 a month for exclusive emotes, gaming time with us, gaming codes every once in a while. Grimhane, our very own Grimhane, actually got one of those game codes a couple days ago. I got a code for this game called Gris, and I was like, I'm not going to play this. Let me see if one of our supporters wants it. So I threw it in the supporters chat on our Discord, which you should also join. Also linked in the description of all of our videos. What is that game? I don't know. It's like one of those artsy games. I didn't really look into it. I was like, I'm not going to play this. All of my game time is going to Smash right now. And whatever I have left over, that's going to be a Pokemon thing. It's I'll play some Pokemon, but I don't have time for that other stuff right now. So. Just nah. Now January we can talk, because I do want to play new Super Mario Bros. Deluxe or whatever. Even though I already played it, but it's Mario. I gotta play it. Also, I should add product provided by Nintendo, because we're going to talk about Smash Brothers, and that was provided by Nintendo. Even though it was weird. I paid for it, but they sent it to me. It was a weird thing. It was I ended up not even having to pay for it, because they sent it to me earlier than they said they would. So it was all jacked up. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the content as far as the Super Mario, the Deluxe, just to see how that differs from what was already given. I mean, I don't know if they've already talked about a lot about what was what's going to be included in that, or I mean, other than the Bowsette and all that other nonsense. If they even add anything else. Yeah. But outside of that, I want to talk streaming. Obviously, we do that every week. But I think I'm probably going to add another day, and I'm debating expanding platforms. So, not just streaming the YouTube, but also streaming the Twitch, because I know that they do have, and this won't be something that we can do right away, because we don't stream on Twitch, so we're not affiliate or partner on Twitch. But whenever that does happen, that'll give people the option to support us without having to pay money for it through Twitch Prime, if that's something that they would want to do. Plus, I know a lot of people just like watching their streams on Twitch, so that'll be an option. As far as day, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking possibly Saturday, but that really just depends on if I can reformat how I make my videos, because my videos usually that's when I really start kicking into gear with research and all the other stuff, because that process takes a lot of days, because a lot of times I'll start out with an idea like I want to make a video about this, and then I change the video and I end up making like 2-3 videos, but settle on the last idea and go through with that on Saturday, on Monday. But hopefully, moving forward, I can dedicate Saturday to like prepping for the stream and doing a little bit of that on Saturday instead.
Yeah. Sounds good. I'm looking forward to just more streaming in general, and expanding different consoles would be freaking awesome too. So,
yeah,
they play all this stuff, and we can get ready for that all important Kingdom Hearts 3.
No comment.
Yeah, so, good.
I forgot that was even coming out, but yeah, sure.
So I guess.
Yeah.
He said I'm more so excited for Soul Calibur 6 to play that.
I don't have that either. Isn't that already out?
It is. That thing came out and I was like, oh, this is out already? Like I freaking, discovered that like 2 weeks ago. I was like, oh wow.
I completely missed the hype train for that game. Like I didn't even like I think didn't they announce it at like Microsoft's E3 or something like that?
I don't even remember. I was at Ty's house, and somebody's like, "Hey, look, I'll play in Soul Calibur." I was like, "I'm thinking they're talking about like an old one." I'm like, "Okay, break out the PS3 or whatever." They're like, no, the 6. I was like, "Oh, it's okay." I was like, "Okay, it's out."
Interesting.
Crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, that's not really my bag. I don't really care about Soul Calibur that much. I used to, just for the one on the GameCube with Link, yeah. With boy Zelda. That's it. It's my extent of Soul Calibur gameplay. Speaking of Soul Calibur, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. No, I'm joking. I don't even know. Is that how that's formatted?
I was thinking. I was like, how is he going to tie? What's he going to tie this into?
No, it's not even formatted like that. We'll talk about Smash Brothers in a little bit, but I do want to touch on the Nintendo Creator Program. So back in 2013, 2012, around that time, Nintendo had this program, and they're like, hey, you gotta sign up for the thing. If you don't want to get all your videos claimed, then you're going to give us 30% of your revenue or whatever. And people hated Nintendo for that. And outside of that program, apparently people had a hard time making Nintendo-based content. Some people quit outright. We didn't really have that issue, obviously. We're not, and we're never on the Nintendo Creator Program. But I know that there was some confusion with how it impacts us because we are partnered with Nintendo, but not through that. So I'm on the brand ambassador program, which is a separate thing where basically you get all the like benefits of like what was the higher tier of the creators program, where it's like, oh, if you get a certain amount of views and you do a certain amount of content, and I don't know exactly how they determine who they send stuff to on that, but a certain percentage of those creators would get like sent to E3 and like free game keys and stuff like that. The brand ambassador program is pretty much just that part of it. They don't get any claim to any revenue or anything like that. So really, them ending the creator program doesn't impact us at all. All it does is kind of make it easier because now we can stream when we don't get content ID'd. That was really the only time that we did get content ID'd. And that didn't even really happen that much because I only streamed once before they ended that.
Right.
But now it's just we can do whatever. Well, within reason, which is whatever for us, because we weren't like uploading like 3 hours of like spoiler filled gameplay with no like creative license or anything like that. So it really doesn't impact us at all. I'm happy for the people that were affected by the content ID situation for every video that they did, but that wasn't us.
Yeah, I'm glad those people were feeling that weight lifted. Like, yes, it's safe out here now. That's cool.
Yeah. I was confused for a minute because I was like, wait, what does that mean that like I wonder if the people that were in the higher ranks of that program that did get those things, if they upgraded them to the brand ambassador program. But I don't have intel on that.
That'd be cool. Because how you described it's essentially the same thing.
Yeah. So
yeah, that'd be neat.
But I mean, clearly nothing happened with that, because after that I wanted to talk about this before, but after that program ended, they sent me Smash Brothers. So it wasn't like they were completely ending their like direct relationship with any YouTubers. It was just they're allowing other YouTubers that aren't directly partnered with them to create content around their IP.
Yeah, that's I like how they're opening, like, you know, closing that door and opening it up to you know, creators doing that. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm so always nice to see progress. And speaking of progress, Smash Bros. Has definitely progressed from what it once was, and that's what I've been playing.
Same.
A whole lot of Smash Brothers.
And it's like, it's weird because like, and I talked about this in my video where it's like, I like a whole lot about the game, but there are definitely a lot of things that I do not like.
Yes, and I know, me too.
It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step, not even a full step back, 2 steps forward, a half step back. Like how they handle online is weird.
Online is terrible. It is not good.
Whether you having bad, like, I'm not really having any connectivity.
It's not like lag. It's just like the way it's set up as far
as... It's real dumb. It's real dumb. Also, it's like, why is it so limited? Like, why at this point can we not have online tournaments? I think that's so stupid. Like,
yeah, that'd spice things up a whole lot more.
And Squad Strike or whatever, like that mode, Smashdown, like all that stuff. Like, why can't we do that online? That would be so dope to do that with the community. Like, that would be so dope.
It would.
But no.
I've gotten into, like, I mean, I guess because this is obviously, this is a Q&A for later on, but I mean, as far as like just that aspect of it, the online, just like it's dumb to me how like
well, we could just read. What's the question?
Hold on. Okay, so Shibiku. Shibiku. How is Smash Online treating you guys, right? And terribly, because like it's like cool. Cause I got the so for those of you guys who I guess aren't like really in the know of Smash, which you should be, but basically, if you play certain games online, you win. You know, you do pretty good. You unlock Elite Smash, but what they don't tell you is you can lose it. So I earned it,
yeah,
and then I lost it. But like during the process of losing it, like I was in 4 player free for all matches, which I lost 2 of those. One of the games I was teamed up on by 2 Dark Samuses, and I'm like that's just not fair. Like, you know,
see, the thing for me is like that didn't really happen to me, because as soon as I see 4 player matches on that, I'm not for that. There's nothing interests me about playing 4 player matches with like people that are completely random. You know, like I have fun with that. If it's like, you know, like I said, like the community, like if I'm playing with like, you know, Fanatics 4 subscribers or Wolf Den subscribers, that's fun. But when it's just people that I have no relationship with in any way, it's just like random people across the world, I'm much more interested in one-on-one. You know, but like the whole 4 player randomness aspect of it and that contributing to my rank is stupid. So I immediately close out the game. So I'm not impacted by that. I don't even bother with the 4 player Smash matches.
Yeah, that's not, I mean, if it was such a thing where it's like, okay, it's just like casual, you know, this is a casual match, and there's nothing like that. It's just like, okay, well, this affects you. You know, this is gonna make your rank go down. It's dumb. Yeah, there's no way to separate that, and
it seems like they kind of fixed it a little bit after that patch. I haven't been, and we can go into like the patch notes. I have them in the show notes too. But since the patch came out, I haven't been like dumped in any matches in terms of like the amount of players. Like every match I've done post patch has been 1-on-1, but not every match has been what my settings are. Like some are like whatever stage, because right now I have and here's another thing, I wish that I could put like a pool of stages rather than I just want Omega, I just want Battlefield, or I just want Hazards or whatever. Like if I could just do a mixture of like anything but Hazards on whatever stage, you know, like if I can just do Hazards off Omega and Battlefield, I'd be down, you know. But like I can't even do that. I have to like pick a side, as it were, and I don't necessarily want to do it because that limits the pool of the people that they're going to match me with that have agreeable settings, you know, because it's like I may prefer doing like Omega or whatever, right? But I'm not against doing the other stages as long as they're not like, you know, freaking Big Blue or whatever. So like it's just like darned if you do, darned if you don't, in that realm. And on the note of the Elite Smash, because I saw you tweet about that, and I was like, I'm not gonna like. There's no point in tweeting that. Like for me, it was just like, and like I'm having this weird like, because I've never really thought, well, everybody did at one point or another that they're like, oh, I'm the best player at Smash, blah, blah, blah. But after like being a part of like the internet content community, and I see people like, you know, like Zero and Armada and stuff like that, I'm not the best Smash Brothers player in the world, but I am pretty good. So it was like I expected to get in Elite Smash. It wasn't really a thing that I like acknowledged, you know, where I was like, I'm going to tweet about this, because it was just like, okay, you know, like that happened.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm excited. I'm gonna share this moment to y'all. Like,
yeah,
it's cool little.
Yeah, and that's no knock against you. It was just a thing of like, it was something that I felt like I needed to do, not needed to do in that way, but something that I needed to do to actually enjoy the game. Versus something that I viewed as an achievement, because it's like I don't want to be in the like bottom tier of it, because the bottom tier is more likely to do those casual matches, whereas in Elite Smash they're going to go with these settings more often than not, where it's like 1v1, no items, whatever stages. But at the same time, it's like I have this, again, like this weird, like, imposter syndrome, because everybody is like, yo, I gotta fight AJ, and they're gunning for me, right? So it's like, at times I'm like, I just want to pick, you know, like, whatever character and, like, mess around. But if I don't pick my best character and win, then I'm going to get comments about that for the rest of my life. So it's like, I had to be on try-hard mode all the time. It's just like, it's fun because I enjoy the back and forth, but at the same time, it's kind of like, can I just like, you know,
it's taxing, it's exhausting.
Yeah, it's hard being on the top, you know.
Oh my.
No, I'm joking.
Yeah, I just feel as though like with that, as far as a lot. I mean, and even then, like even with the Elite Smashes, like even the stages aren't, you know, cause I freaking what's that one freaking stage from Melee with like Mother Brain in the background? It's like lava and stuff like that.
Brinstar.
Yeah. I was in that, like the regular. I was like, why this stage like having all these stage hazards and me dying? I don't know. It's annoying. The online could definitely be better. Like the way it's set up, I just don't like it. I just don't like it.
For Glory was a better option.
For Glory, definitely, sure. Definitely. But I mean, outside of that, really, I can't. There's not a lot that I can be like, yeah, Smash 4 did this better. But that, I'm just like, yeah, that's a, I don't know. And World of Light too. I don't like. Yeah. World of Light's kind of. I mean, it's
World
nice,
of Light. I don't know. World of Light is weird.
It's like here's a bunch of NPC fights that, you know, I don't know. I don't really care about.
And it was kind of this. I mean, all story modes in a fighting game are basically like that. It's just like really the only thing that's missing from World of Light, honestly, is the cutscenes, because it's like. Subspace Emissary had like a lot of heart because of that. Like the actual like minute to minute gameplay is like whatever. It was more.
Right. There's a lot of charm in seeing, you know, Fox save Diddy Kong and
drag him across the, you know, like stuff like that. And also it was fun to play it with somebody else. The fact that World of Light is just a single player thing, it kind of just makes it. I feel like I'm just doing it just to see the end cutscene. Like that's the reason why, or like whatever the ending is that people are talking about.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the only reason why I'm playing through it, is because I want to see that. It's not a mode that I find particularly fun. It's not something that I don't think is fun. You know, like I don't hate it, but would I play it if I didn't think or know that there's some type of like interesting ending to it? Probably not. Like I probably would stick to online or whatever. But yeah,
and it's no slouch either. It's freaking like 40 plus hours. It's ridiculous. You know, it's not a thing where it's
I don't know
like
if it's 40 hours. I think it's 20. I think that's the goal. Probably to complete it, like to get 100%.
Yeah, I've seen people like, oh, like the reviews like, oh, what do you play? I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Like,
see, the other thing is like that's weird to me, and it speaks to what I was saying about the Elite Smash thing. And I'm really not trying to like. I know it sounds like I'm trying to like toot my own horn, but it really confuses me on this end of people being like, man, anybody else having a problem defeating the challengers like to unlock new characters? And I'm like, no, I didn't have a problem with that at all. Like, I don't understand that. Like, did you lose any matches against a challenger in Smash Ultimate?
Yeah, I lost against Cloud.
So do you feel like the challengers are harder?
No.
Because I beat all the challengers because I got like I said in the video, I unlocked all my people through World of Light, so I had to beat them with Kirby. And I don't play with Kirby, so it was like to me it didn't seem like something that had I played with somebody that was my main, it wouldn't be a problem at all, like even a little bit. If I like even with Inkling, because like in the first day or two, I was I felt even more rusty than I did with Smash 4 because it's like I'm doubling down on what I'm getting used to. Like I'm getting used to the new mechanics and the intricacies of like what's different. And I'm getting used to this new character that, for a lot of people, it seems more like a technical thing because you got to keep track of a new element, with the ink and all that other stuff.
Right.
So, like, in that regard, I was kind of, like, in this weird place. But after I got used to Inkling, like, it was just, like, second nature. And to this point, like, now it feels weird to play with other characters because, like, I'll do stuff that's unnecessary. When I knock somebody off the cliff, sometimes you'll see me put my shield up. That's me being like, oh shoot, I need ink, and then I'm thinking like, wait, I'm not the Inkling, I don't need ink. So it's like,
that's funny.
It's like this weird situation. But yeah, like I don't know, I don't feel like this game is any harder than the other games.
Well, yeah, for me, outside of like I feel like I'm the same kind of thing, but just in a different way. It was like kind of similar, but not. So obviously, I'm getting used to the new mechanics where I was at that, back then. And then I was also getting used to like just the different controller. I'm using a Pro controller instead of a Switch Pro controller instead of the gamepad, which I had previously used. And it felt kind of, I had to get used to both those things. And as far as like the characters, I mean, Mario didn't really, change much. And then outside of that, I use I'm using like Richter and Simon and characters like that, but I'm not. I'm actually not using those Inklings as much as I thought I would, but I mean,
I felt like as far as the controller was better for me. Like I because I like the analog triggers more. I don't know where my Wii U Pro controller is, so I was using the GameCube controller, but with Smash 4, even though I have the GameCube controller and I have the adapter, I don't want to use the GameCube controller. So I used the Switch Pro controller, and I was like, this is good. Like, I feel good with this. And I'm even getting pretty good with handheld mode. Like, I got into Elite Smash when I was playing in handheld mode. So it was like, I wasn't even, like, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird.
I think I gotta get new Joy-Cons before I get comfortable with, like, I still win matches with handheld, but I'm like... Yeah. For me to be real comfortable, and for my analogs to not mess up, I gotta get a new
I feel like the Joy-Cons like analogs like range of motion is limited anyway, which is why a lot of people don't like handheld mode. But for me, it's like it depends on the character. Like when I'm using the Pokemon trainer, it doesn't really matter as much how limited the range of motion with the analog stick is. So I don't know. I don't really have an issue with the differences in handheld mode. I definitely do like better with most characters when it's docked, but if I'm like, I don't feel like doing all that and like plugging that, I don't feel, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I just want to like lay down and play Smash. Like I'm not like, I don't feel like I'm compromising, like I'm just playing Smash Brothers.
Right. It's not like, that big of a difference.
With Nintendo 3DS, it never felt like I wasn't like hindered, but with Switch, I don't really feel that way.
Oh yeah, definitely with a 3DS compared to the freaking the Wii U version.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah. So all in all, like as far as your video, I agree. I agree, but the online that disgusting, gross.
And I felt like a lot of people is like, I don't know. I think it's weird that so many people fight tooth and nail for character unlocks. I think it's weird. I don't think it's necessarily weird to enjoy having character unlocks, but I think it's weird to like impose them on other people. like somebody even went as far to say like you're stupid. Like he wasn't even this nice about it. He was like, you're stupid, like you like don't you realize that if character unlocks weren't in the game that we would have to pay for all the characters? I was like, what are you talking about? That's like, you don't have to pay for everything in Mario Kart, and all those characters are unlocked from the get-go on Switch. So it's like and there's so many other fighting games and all, like most fighting games give you the full roster out the gate these days because it's artificial. It's not really something that is an achievement. It's not like, man, I really worked for Inkling. It's no, I went in and out of World of Light 3 times or whatever, and then the random challenger approaches popped up and I beat them.
Honestly, I would have preferred if the game had everybody there from the start.
Same.
I mean, you showed everybody and you revealed everybody anyways.
Yes.
Why not just give them everybody?
Exactly.
And it's just, and plus on top of that, like overall, like as far as like getting the characters, there was so many different loopholes and different exploitations. As far as like for me, I did this I saw this video about basically do this and it's quick as heck, so that's what I ended up doing. Well, I mean, initially I was doing the whole classic mode thing, just following that path that you sent me on that picture.
Yeah.
And after that, I was like, all right, I think I had like 40 some characters at that point. And then I was like, okay. I came, I did a time match, 20 minutes, ran back and forth across the stage for 20 minutes, knocked out the computer, character showed up, unlocked the character, closed the software, came back, stock match, won, jumped off the side of the stage, character came in. And I repeated that for like an hour or two, and I had
I didn't even do that.
Yeah, it's like,
what I did was the day that I got the game, we were streaming it, and I literally just was like, I want Inkling. So I went to the classic mode. I did the route that I sent you, and then I was done. Like I was like, okay, I got the characters that I wanted. I think I unlocked Pokemon Trainer next, and then after that, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna play the game as usual. I mean, like I usually would, like online. I'm playing matches with Bob and Dan and stuff like that. But then later, I was like, okay, I want to get the rest of the roster before the end of today. Like by the end of that Friday, I went all the roster. So what I saw was that you can unlock characters just by leaving out of World of Light. You don't have to do any matches. You literally go into World of Light, watch through the cutscene, and exit out. And then after the first time you watch that cutscene, it doesn't pop up anymore. So I was just going into World of Light, exiting out, turning the game off, opening the game back up, rinse and repeat, and I unlocked every character that way. So I unlocked all the characters in less than an hour. It was nothing. Even that 20-minute, like I saw that too. I think Zero made a video about that. So maybe that was the one that you saw. But even that wasn't necessary for me. But it does seem like it depends on how much time you put into the game initially. Like maybe that exploit works better if you didn't play it at all prior to unlocking all the characters. But I already put in like, I'd say 3-4 hours before I even decided to unlock everybody else. So like after I did that and like playing a couple hours of online matches, I just went into the World of Light thing and I just unlocked everybody like that. Right. And like, that's the other side of the token of like, it doesn't take that long, so why does it matter? It's like, yeah, but it doesn't take that long, so why not just give them to me? Like all you're doing is making me do tedious crap. Like it doesn't, and again, it doesn't feel like an achievement in that way. It feels like a chore. And if I'd much rather you rob me, quote unquote, of this sense of achievement for all these characters by letting me just get straight to it. Like don't make me work for a feeling that I don't want, like my sense of achievement. I get more enjoyment out of, again, like we were talking about, like I feel better about stuff like Elite Smash, but maybe I couldn't get to Elite Smash if I didn't unlock Inkling. Who knows, So I'm delaying my gratification for what other people see as gratification, and I don't think that's fair. Like, and Sakurai even said recently, like, there's no right way to play Smash. So if that's true, let me have the character from the get-go, like...
Yeah, exactly. That's yeah, because it seems like I get the whole it's commemorating the first Smash game. You only had these characters. Yeah. It's just like the original. But I'm just like, okay,
yeah, that's cute. But it would have been even better if they in Smash 64 what they did was like, these are the characters. These are characters in this game, and then you play a game. And you're like, oh shoot, freaking Jigglypuff's in this game. Like stuff like that, or whoever. Or Melee, like we always talk about. Like, I would have preferred that. Like, if you're going to make me unlock the characters, give me something for it. I want to get something out of it. Not just like, I know this character's in the game, and I want to play as this character, so let me go through the grind of unlocking them. But if I don't know that it's there, then it's a surprise for me, and then I do get something out of unlocking the characters. It's a mystery box.
This goes back to what we were saying is before, where it's like, just don't tell us everybody's here.
Right, exactly.
Don't tell us everybody's here, and that have made their unlocking so much better. Because no matter how easy it is at that point, it's like, oh, it's a surprise, and yes, I'm excited. Because
nobody was not going to buy the game if they didn't say every character's in the game. Like literally, all they would have had to do is be like, hey, guess what? King K. Rool's in the game, Ken's in the game, and Snake is coming back. That's all they had to do,
It felt weird unlocking characters that I never had to unlock before. Like, freaking Peach is here. I'm like, I had to unlock Peach. I never had to unlock Peach.
It felt like a chore. I don't like it. I'm glad it's over. But it would have been so much better and so much more memorable if we didn't know. Like, we would be having a complete different conversation right now if neither one of us, even if like the internet knew, but if we didn't know that Pichu was in the game, we would have been having that discussion right now. We're like, yo, bro, how did you react when you unlocked Pichu?
Exactly.
Like what? We've freaking been texting like, did you know that freaking Mewtwo or whatever, right. Whatever character is in the game that we wouldn't have necessarily Cloud, we wouldn't expect the Cloud to come back, but he's here.
Yo, watch when you get the DLC. Which did you get the fighter pass for it?
No.
Well, watch when you even if you pay for the freaking fighter pass, still you still gotta fight the character anyway. That would be
so stupid. I would hate that so much. But yeah, no, I only got the Piranha Plant thing because obviously that came with the thing. But I don't want to. You know why? Everybody knows why I'm not paying for it. Or not that I wouldn't, but it's just like I'm not going to if they're going to freaking send it to me.
You know how hype oh my goodness, because I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think I actually told anybody my Game Awards reaction, because during the Game Awards around like 10:30, I was like, all right, I'm getting bored of this. So I just figured, I was like, all right, okay, I'm clicking out of this. I'm clicking off. The next day, I go on.
Oh, you didn't even see it.
I didn't. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So the next day, I'm on the internet. I'm like, what the is the expletive? I freaking lose my mind because they freaking, as we all know, Joker is in Smash Bros. I'm so excited for that. I am so excited, and it's like,
imagine. Even though you can't do that because it's something that you got to pay for. But imagine if you didn't see that. And a pre-rendered trailer, and you're just playing a game as normal, and freaking Joker pops up on the screen. Imagine how you would feel. Like,
I know. I've been going crazy.
And I don't have a connection to Persona. Like, I was like, oh, that's interesting. I didn't expect that crap. Yeah. But at the same time, I wasn't like, oh shoot. I didn't have the reaction that you did. I think it's cool. But it's just like, that makes me more excited about the future. Because then it's like, oh man, like, if freaking Joker's in this game, like, who can't be in this game as far as video game characters? Goku's not going to happen. Shut up.
Is it like Persona 6 for Switch? Or something, like
I wouldn't be surprised if Persona 5 came out on Switch. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Oh my
goodness. Like, that's crazy. I'm so excited for the future of freaking and because it's like what else are Atlas and Nintendo gonna work on? It's just freaking awesome. It's just so freaking awesome. And then to see Reggie like, yeah, these are characters you guys aren't gonna expect. I'm just like, oh man, what?
Yeah, and then it's like, even that is like weird. Like that's a paradox. like I don't know if there's anybody that didn't expect every imaginable character, like even impossible characters. Somebody on the internet predicted Piranha Plant, like somebody said that. So what really is an unpredictable character? Like, where they're going to freaking put, I don't even know. Like, who could they possibly put that nobody could predict?
They're going to put a Mortal Kombat character in Smash.
Even that wouldn't surprise me. Like, if they put freaking, like, Scorpion or whatever, or Liu Kang or whatever, like, that wouldn't surprise me.
That's crazy. I don't know. What do you guys think? Who do you guys think? Freaking, we always do these kind of questions.
Put Clippy in the game. From Microsoft Word or whatever. Put him.
It's going to be awesome.
I wouldn't expect that. Put Simba in the game. I wouldn't expect that either.
Also, rip to Metroid, because Reggie wore the shirt. He wore the Metro. I mean, well, technically, it wasn't me. It was still Smash, but it was still Ridley, and he wore the shirt. And I was like, okay, all right, and no, nothing.
Yeah, I think that's definitely like in the pipeline, but they keep kicking the announcement down the road. Like it's like. I wouldn't be surprised if they had a trailer all ready to go and they're like, maybe we saved this for, and plus it just makes sense to do a Smash announcement on the day that Smash Brothers is coming out. It's just like nobody would have guessed that because Smash Brothers just came out and we don't know when that DLC is like actually launching. Like we know is it's between now and 2019. That's all we know. Or the end of 2019, I should say. So nobody expected any type of DLC, let alone that,
Right, exactly. We'll see how it goes. And I want to see how these comments go. So we're going to start off with Fush. Unlocking all the characters should be more time consuming and challenging. Smiley face. I hate being served all my goodies as soon as I want them. I want to earn it. Genius game design.
I disagree. So I earned the game when I got it, like it being sent to me was me earning my goodies. I worked freaking how long 2.5 years or something like that on the channel to get that, and you worked on getting the money that you pay for the game with. That was working for your goodies. As far like I said before, like earning the characters is not work. It's like it's busy work. It's not like hard or anything like that.
No, definitely not.
And they gave you all the stages, so are you up in arms about that, or are you just okay with it because that's what they decided to do? It's like, I feel like if they decided to give everybody all the characters, they would accept it. Like, they'd be like, oh yeah, this is cool, I love this. But the fact that they decided against that, that's what everybody's like, you know what, I would prefer it this way, because that's what they gave us. It's like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'd have much rather have everybody from the start. Have all the characters, all the stages. I'd have been cool with that.
Let me make sure that, hold on, wait. I want to make sure nobody touched on this, because I don't want to, like, retread this. Nope. Okay, so, wait. Okay, yeah. So the thing for me is like everybody's like, oh, I like the fact that you have to unlock them because it gives you more time to learn the character that you want and blah 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 blah. That's disagree. Not even true. Hard disagree, because it makes it so much easier for me to learn my character if I have access to all of the other characters. Because then I can say, okay, what options do I have against this attack with this character? Versus I'm like, because I'm not going to play as everybody. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to like get good enough to the point of, oh, now I know how to fight this character because I use them on this level of play or whatever. That's not going to happen. But I can boot up the game and say, yo, Logan, let's play, blah, blah. And then you play with whatever character and I play with whatever character and we learn it like that. Yeah. Versus like this ideal situation, like this Splatoon situation of like, oh, I unlocked this weapon, so let me try it out for a bit. That doesn't vibe with me for fighting games. I'm not going to pick every single character in the roster to learn how to fight them. I want other people to be able to pick them and fight against them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's dumb. I'm not gonna use Duck Hunt just in order to get good enough to be like, okay, well, I know how to. That's a waste of time. That's a waste of time. I don't know. I just much rather if they did that. It's like, you showed us everybody already. You know, the excitement's already gone.
Yeah, it's I don't like it. But next comment.
LSD Ryan 2 says, I really like the dynamic classic mode. Remember N64? First you fight Link, then you fight Yoshi, etc. On this one, it's exciting to play as everyone because you just gotta know who they have lined up for you. I will say I do like the how the classic mode set up, how everyone has like their unique thing, like kind of like theme to them. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Like Mario was like the big sellers. You had Mario, then you fought Link, and then it was like Pokemon. That was awesome. Mm-hmm. I think it was
like Isabelle only fights other female fighters.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was cool. I did like that a lot. I was like, oh, this is neat. This is neat.
Yeah, dope.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a huge improvement over the Wii U version's classic mode, because that mode sucked.
Yeah, true. Oh, and by the way, World of Light's way better than Smash Tour. But anyway, everything's better than
I mean, of course. Smash Tour is awful.
That was garbage. Yeah. Ray03595 says, I like unlocking...
Wait, addendum. Smash Tour is awful except for the mode that they like salvage from it at the end, where it's like you fight against each other with all the like characters that you accrued.
Oh, you're like, yeah, true. You're like souped up.
Yeah, those are dope. No, I mean like how you pick up different fighters, so it's like we'll have like a 5-stock match or whatever, and I have Bowser and Toon Link and Mario and Charizard, and and then you have Luigi or whoever you picked up, and then you fight like that. That was a cool part of that mode, but the rest of it was stupid. But anyway,
rip to custom movesets. Those are gone.
Nah.
I mean, you can use them online anyways, but
yeah. I don't really care about that.
Yeah, that'd have been like a tall order anyways. Like give 70 plus characters all different moves.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
Especially since again, not many people are using them.
Ray says, I like unlocking the roster. CPUs are actually good in the game too. And some of the challenger fights are hard. Cloud and Chrom have kicked my ass several times already. I just didn't go in with the mindset that I want to see every character in an instant. Playing around with the game modes is a ton of fun, and you unlock characters very quickly. And when playing with friends, my friends and I actually enjoyed watching one of my buddies go against the CPU and try to unlock a character. I can see your point about primarily playing online. It can be annoying though. I'm just used to having to unlock stuff in video games. You do this to unlock this character. I even like the specific criteria you needed in the original Smash 64 to get the full roster.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem is that's what the status quo is. And everybody's like, well, it's a video game. That's how you play video games. You unlock things. And it's like, I don't see it that way. I think that there's a reason to unlock things. And I think that in other cases, it's arbitrary and just something that is done because that's how it was done. I don't think that in the same way that like I brought up this analogy before where it's like game difficulty existed, like, and I'm talking like crazy, like unfair difficulty existed because they wanted you to put in another quarter. We are not playing on arcade systems anymore. So we don't need that unfair difficulty, like we're not in the mode of like, oh man, like it takes us but so much manpower and like money and time spent to put out a game, so we got to try to really stretch out the amount of value people get in this through hours. Now there's much better methods to extend playtime. Like just playing this game online is going to extend the game for me hundreds of hours. Right, so it's exactly. Like adding the time or padding the time, I should say, with having to unlock characters just feels like something that I have to do, not something that I want to do. And it's not really something that, like, again, like I said, like I would be all for unlocking the characters if it really actually felt like something new and something that I really am unlocking. You know, like it's this thing. It's like, oh shoot, like who is that? You know, like if I saw a Crom silhouette, I'm not gonna immediately know that's Crom, and then he freaking pops up and I'm fighting him. Like, what, Crom's in this game? I didn't know that. You know, but because they told me before the game was even out, I knew, and it's like that type of crap. It's like, it just makes it feel pointless.
Yeah, I just don't like that. This whole rollout could have been so much better.
Yeah, it would have been so much doper. So I'll never fully recover.
Yeah, exactly. I feel the exact same way. Vincent Allen says, I like the ability to save rule sets and not have time battles the default in Smash matches. My favorite addition is all the characters. There are so many to choose from. I'm still trying to find someone I main. The only thing I dislike is I don't have the time to play as much. I don't think they need to fix the issue with matchmaking online, although
he said I do.
I do.
Yeah.
Although I haven't been able to test this myself yet. I kind of find...
I like it, but I don't like the fact that it defaults to have you do that every time you make even, like, minute changes. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I set up a rule set that I just want to do this one time, and it forces me to save it anyway.
I have never used presets this much for anything ever. And this is like, it's like, okay, you have separate, it's like, okay, you're making this match, and, then you got to make this separate match, and it's like annoying.
Right.
I have so many different things.
I would have liked it so much more if you set general presets where it's like, I want to, every time I open this game, for it to be a stock match. And then when you go into it, then it gives you the control to, outside of that whole menu, just like in older games, say, okay, I'm doing a stock match, but I want to do this many stock. And then, like, you get to choose that on a case-by-case basis. Because not every match is the same in that regard. Like, if I'm playing online with a group of people and, like, there's people that are waiting for the fight to be over, I'm not going to, like, put as much stock as I would if it was just us playing 1v1 with our mains or whatever, right? Because there's no need to go in and out of a match every 5 minutes or whatever. So we can do 10 stock with Mario v Inkling or whatever, But when you're playing with a room full of people, you can't really do that, so you got to set the rules to something different, like 3 stock in 7 minutes or whatever, having to like completely retool everything every time you make those small changes is annoying.
Yeah, that definitely is. Don't like it. I don't like it.
And as far as it's just the matchmaking and stuff, for sure they got to fix that.
Yeah, the rule sets is enough to. It's definitely a minor annoyance for me. It's not enough to make me like this part is. But the online, that's a glaring issue. That's
the rule sets. Rule sets is something that's annoying. The matchmaking is something they need to fix. If they don't fix the rule set thing, whatever. But the online, they need to fix that. And it looks like they're taking steps to fix it. But
all right, Falcon.
Oh yeah. Well, we can read this book. Oh no! Never mind. This is the game's already out, so it's like there's no real need to read this. Sorry, Falcon.
Okay. There's Switch Japan sales. Okay, I could go into that. I was trying to freaking see how I would transition into that. Switch sale outsells Vita in less than 2 years. On track to pass PS4 7 million within the next what?
PS4 sold 7 million units in Japan.
Oh, okay. The way this was typed up was kind of weird. But okay, all right. Wow. So okay, PS4 7 million in Japan.
Yeah, total. Right. So in the 4 years that PS4 has been out in Japan, it's about 7 million units. Switch sold 6. I think it's at like 6.1 now.
That's actually insane.
Yeah, and to be fair, like insane. The thing that's weird is like a lot of people, mostly people that are Vita fans, are like, "Man, Vita does really well in Japan." Blah blah blah. 6 million units sold. It's like, did it really? Like, I think it's impressive that Switch sold 6 million units in a year and some change is impressive, but I don't think that figure is inherently impressive for a console, especially a handheld console.
To be honest, I was surprised. Sorry, I was surprised at seeing the Vita in the show notes. I thought it was a typo. I was like, Vita?
Yeah.
So this is part of the show?
Yeah, because again, like Vita was seen as like, if you look at like the best selling games week to week, like Vita for a while was up there and like what sold best. And it wasn't because Vita was necessarily doing well, you know? Like it was doing good in context to everything else. And that's because the Japanese game market on the whole, compared to the past, is kind of dying. The Switch is kind of bringing it back. But prior to Switch coming out, like it was pretty sad in terms of like most releases that came out. Cause they gravitate towards handhelds. So it's like the only real options they had was 3DS and Vita.
The only thing I remember playing on Vita was Persona 4. Because Persona's awesome. But anyways.
I had a Vita for a month, and then I lost it, and I didn't care. Seriously, like, I lost my Vita. I think I left it in like a movie theater or something.
Oh, wow.
I don't even remember where I lost it, but I lost it, and I woke up the next day, and I was like, oh, I got the Vita. I should maybe play that or something. So I went to look for it. I was like, oh, it's not here. Oh, well. You know, like, it's like, I didn't even care. Because, I mean, it just really wasn't nothing there that interests me. I got it more to, like, the same reason why I get a lot of my consoles, like, you know, like the Xbox and the PlayStation, just to be able to, like, talk about it and be informed, you know? Like, and every once in a while a Spider-Man comes out and I want to play it.
Smash Bros. Patch. Hopefully they did something with King K. Rool because he's OP. No, I'm joking.
Is he?
He just has a lot of crap that annoys me. He's like, okay, he's freaking... He's heavy, but yet his recovery is ridiculous. Like freaking Kirby kind of crap. Like, it's ridiculous how good his recovery is. It's annoying.
Yeah, I mean, he has a lot of, like, checks, though. Like, the you know about his stomach cracking?
Yeah.
Like, that's a crazy weakness, you know? Like, that's insane. Especially since he has so many moves that expose his stomach. Like, being able to, like, break his shield by hitting that. And it's a huge target at that. Like, it's So, I don't... And again, like, characters, for the most part, it just depends on who I am, if I feel comfortable fighting them. I feel like... I think Pokemon Trainer, for me, is my best character in the sense that I don't really ever feel completely unprepared with them. Like, they have the tools, all three of them. If one of them doesn't, somebody else does, to deal with pretty much every character on some level. But I don't really feel the same way with Inkling. And that's more so with, like, quicker characters. Because Inkling, it's so dependent on, like, the shield. I mean, your ink being full. So if they can, like, keep you away from refilling your ink, it's harder to, like, zone people out and do what you got to do. But King K. Rool is one of the characters I felt comfortable fighting with pretty much anybody because he's so, like, slow.
He is definitely combo food with, like, Mario and anybody, like Captain Falcon, anybody. I want to go over, like, the list of adjusted fighters because none of them are people that I've like personally saw any, like, what is this crap?
Yeah, like this character's broken. Yeah,
exactly. And they are Donkey Kong, Link, Kirby, Luigi, Ice Climbers, Young Link, Olimar, Toon Link. They're just taking every Link in. Villager, Greninja, Pac-Man, Duck Hunt, and Isabelle.
And I don't know if these are like even. I don't know if these are necessarily like nerfs either. It could be buffs.
True.
But it doesn't say. Like their patch notes are not that good in this regard.
First of all, I forgot Pac-Man was even in this game. I never used Pac-Man. I've only touched Pac-Man. I'm curious as to what they did with these characters, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just get annoyed by heavies because, like, I know they're like the whole reason they're heavy. Like, they hit harder, they're stronger.
I would think that you like them more because they're so much easier to hit with aerials.
I know, like, it's just annoying because, like, okay, so, like, if I go against a Ganondorf, right? I'm like, okay, I'm sitting here, I'm comboing these people up. Right, I'm freaking, just freaking smashing them every which way. They hit me like 4 times. My percentage is next to, like, I'm in kill shot now. I'm in kill range. I'm like, wow, this is like, it's annoying. But
I mean, yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Like, because when I fight Mario's online, I use Charizard. So yeah, that makes sense.
I'm just like, wow, man.
Because it's like, I don't know. Never mind. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to freaking like put, you know what? Forget it. I was going to say I'm not going to put like my whole game plan out on the internet so everybody can be like, oh, you know what? You know,
challenge accepted. We accepting everybody.
But you know, who cares? When I use the Pokemon trainer, it's like each one has like a purpose, a distinct purpose. Like Squirtle is to like poke and annoy you, and like there's a lot of aerials and that and stuff like that. That's like harder to do against a Mario because he's small. Mm-hmm. So it's not as easy to like aerial him. So I use that against like the heavier characters. Ivysaur is kind of like the one that like, okay, Squirtle did his job. I can kind of clean up the rest of it. Yeah. Charizard is like, okay, Ivysaur took a lot of damage. I got to clean up. Unless I'm fighting a heavy character or somebody like a Mario that's like small and quick, then I'll probably go directly to Charizard because he can like deal with them faster. Yeah. So it's like that whole thing. So, like, in that regard, I don't really feel pressure with them. With the Inkling, it's like, there's just certain characters where it's like, I got to completely readjust how I play. I can't use, like, smash attacks and stuff like that because the ink and blah, blah, against faster characters. It's a mess.
I actually unlocked, not even with, initially, when I initially unlocked Elite Smash, it was actually with Zelda.
First character I unlocked Elite Smash with was Corrin.
Really?
Yeah.
That's freaking dope. Because like, I know people are like, oh, he used Mario or Fox. No, it was Zelda. Because I just like her in this game. Because like, she has the continuous jab in this game. I like, she has more gameplay options than Mario does. I can do long range attacks with the knight or her freaking, her fire. Just way better, personally.
It's
then
just like
her teleport. You can spam the heck out of that.
Right now, I'm like hovering right below, or I don't know what it is now, what the threshold is now, but I'm hovering right below Elite Smash with like every character I play. Like I'm at like 1.2 million or something like that with all the characters, and I'm somehow not in Elite Smash with them. I'm like, what? Like, because I got kicked out with Corrin after one match, and it was like against somebody that was lagging. Like I was so mad. Like it was so stupid. It was so stupid.
Speaking of so stupid, N64 Classic. I don't know. I don't really care. To be honest, I don't.
I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of nostalgia for N64, as we all know. It's abundantly clear that I don't really care about N64. N64 is kind of trash in a lot of regards. Hashtag fight me. And even for the console that I did, out of the ones that, because NES, cool, whatever. But SNES, dope. Love that console. One of my favorite consoles of all time. I still didn't care enough to buy that. As far as like the novelty of it all. Because I'm not really like into that. You know, like I don't really buy things. Like having this like, you know, film and stuff, it's like got me more into buying like, you know, like the Ash hat. Spent $100 on a freaking collectible Ash hat just so I can have it in the background of the videos. But I'm not really that type of person that's like, man, I gotta have this collectible outside of that, you know?
Right, yeah.
So to have the classic consoles, it wasn't really something that appealed to me. I would much rather have them on the Switch. So I hope that they hold true to, like, because Reggie's talking about they're probably not going to prioritize doing like classic consoles anymore. Like they're just going to like do NES and SNES, and then once they're gone, and we're just going to put everything else on Switch Online. Yeah. I'd be down for that.
Yeah, I'm down for freaking. Yeah, exactly. I'd much rather just have, okay, here's the freaking N64 part for Switch. I don't care. I don't know. I just don't care about the classic line.
Yeah.
I don't know. Shoot me. Oh, also, this is kind of off, but it's, I mean, not really. I heard a rumor. I don't know if you've heard it either or seen anything about it, but apparently they want to put out some type of Zelda like every year for the Switch.
Oh yeah.
So that's dope. That'd be dope if that actually came true. Because like so far we have Breath of the Wild 2017, of course. Then 2018 Hyrule Warriors. Then we have so many different games they can like bring over.
I forgot
like Wind Waker
came out this year. Huh? I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, freaking Wind Waker. Just 2D Zelda games. Like I'm ready.
There's the rumor about Skyward Sword, so maybe that comes out in 2019.
That one, because I freaking didn't play that, so I'd be excited for that.
Yeah, I wanted to make a video about Zelda, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it this week. Who knows?
Yeah. So what Zelda game would you guys like to see being brought over to the Switch? Since we're gonna get one every single year
for the rest of our lives.
Also, I want to talk to you guys about the video that I was going to have up next week. I'm pushing it for. I want to talk about the Sonic movie because I've seen a lot of things online about it. People, going crazy about what the heck is this? This looks awful. I don't think it looks as bad as everybody's saying.
Do you not? Do you not? Maybe you need to reevaluate. Just look at it again. just give it a nice long look. Just inspect it.
I'm gonna give you guys 10 minutes to why I don't think this is gonna be such a bad idea that everybody's making it out to be. Okay, I'm not more scared of I'm not more creeped out by Sonic's design as I was for Pikachu when I first saw Pikachu.
What?
Pikachu.
What?
When I saw the Pikachu, he looked scary.
I quit. This podcast was better when we didn't do it.
So you'll see the Sonic movie video because Sonic does well on our channel.
Oh my god.
We're gonna talk about the Sonic movie.
Oh my god. Did you see? Look at his eyes.
Oh my god!
Just look at this guy. What? Are you kidding me? He looks awful. I guess this was not test footage per se. But this test poster or whatever has Chris Pratt in it, that one. Yeah. That Sonic looks okay.
Yeah, the one he's laying back.
Yeah, that one's all right. The one that we're actually getting, though, nah. Mm-mm. And I wouldn't even say that the Chris Pratt one looks good. It just is okay.
Yeah, it doesn't look awful.
Yeah. It's the Jigglypuff of the Sonic movie. Where it's I guess this looks like Jigglypuff. I wouldn't have went a different route, but it looks
granted, that's not the style I would have chosen, but because I would much if they just did some nice CG, something that actually looks.
I don't know. Maybe just look at how how the Pokemon movie's doing it. I don't know. Just an idea. Just an idea. Freaking look at Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur, man. Bulbasaur looks dope in that movie. This movie looks awful.
But maybe it'll. And I heard somewhere Jim Carrey for Eggman.
Yeah.
Now that okay, I'm not gonna lie. That part, I'm okay. I know he did the We Grew Up on the Grinch that he did.
Yeah.
I'm does he have that kind of range to? Because I don't know. I think that he's
Is it range? I don't know. Eggman's kind of ridiculous for being.
What do you mean?
He's a goofy, dumb character 9 times out of 10. There's some iterations of him that's super serious and all that crap. But for the most part,
he's 6.
Oh my god! But for the most part, he's stupid. He's real dumb. So it's
So you feel like Jim Carrey just falls into that.
Yeah, I feel like he could do dumb. I feel like he could do.
I feel like he could do dumb.
Yeah, I feel like he could do relatively serious too. So they can straddle that line. Yeah. But he's the part of this movie that I would say I'm the least worried about.
God, see, I was oh. That's a little rough.
And that's not even to say that I have faith in him per se. It's just everything else looks no thanks.
I'm not gonna lie. When I did see the one cover with the his feet sticking out with the shoes, I'm like ooh.
I mean, they just kept getting worse for me because it's the first one where it was kind of shrouded in the shadows. It's this looks dumb, but I can't fully see it, so I can't judge it or whatever. And then when the other one came out, where it's he's outside the shadows, you can see his eyes, and it looks all stupid. And I hope that that's just a fan rendition of it. This is what it looks like. I don't know. It looks like it's probably the thing that they're going with. But I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. And then the leg one was just like, okay, yeah, I'm out.
I just can't support. I can't support.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it. Did you see my tweets about that?
No.
I tweeted, I said, who did this? In all lowercase, I said, who did this? Apologize immediately. And then the next tweet with the leg one, I said, please make it stop. We're all sorry for whatever we did wrong. So I'm not down with this. I'm not down with this movie at all.
It's good. It's gonna be great. We gotta talk about it because we talk about Sonic a lot. Sonic, people like when we talk about Sonic.
I'm upset.
So I was like, oh, this is a good video topic.
Yeah. I definitely think I don't know. We might lose a couple subscribers if you come out of here talking about I think the Sonic movie actually looks good. Look at his design. So freaking all the like past Sonic team developers, and like Yuji Naka, like the freaking dude that made Sonic, is kind of like, I don't know about this. So it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm hoping they somehow tie this together and just because I'm just be like the worst movie ever. I'm the internet. I'm gonna be optimistic. Come on.
I hope that this is a Sonic _ the Hedgehog. Is that how it's Sonic _ Hedgehog? I forgot how his Twitter's formatted or whatever. I hope it's one of those trolling campaigns that they like to do. I hope that this is like a fake out. Hope that the Sonic looks nothing like this. And it's just like, we got you guys. You thought, but you were incorrect. And it actually looks incredible. Do I think that that's going to happen? No, not at all. Not even a little bit. But I hope.
Yeah. Going to the Q&A. See what you guys are talking about. We already talked about Shibiku, and here's his online, the online issues, the gripes we're having. Patar35 says, can y'all have podcasts even if Logan can't make it? Like maybe have Justin replace him, or maybe even a channel member. No.
It really depends on timing, and again, like I said, the format. Right now, it just doesn't make sense.
That's right. Don't make sense. All right.
Is. Oh my god.
McGaller says next year is the 30th anniversary of the Mother series. No. When Nintendo gives some love for the little homie and his baseball bat. No. I don't know. Because, like,
I hope so. I hope we at least get Mother 3 in the West. Give us that. I hope that's how they launch Switch Online with SNES games. Like the first one being freaking Earthbound. I mean, Mother 3. I was about to say Earthbound 2. But which is technically true. But yeah, I hope they do that. And it's like Mother 3 is the first, even though, well, then again, that's a Game Boy Advance game. But still, I hope they do it.
I just feel like we just keep hurting ourselves. When we talk about Mother and Earthbound, we're like, please let it, we know it's not going to happen, but we just hold on to that.
Do we know that? I don't know if we know that. I feel like a lot of people say they know about like what's not going to happen, and they get proven wrong a lot. Like, again, like, it happened just as recently as Smash Ultimate. We're never going to get DLC again. Sakurai said he doesn't. Sakurai said. Sakurai says so many things that do not happen that it's ridiculous. Like, we can't believe anything this man says at this point.
I'm sure like a montage of those early comments we got like freaking 8 months ago.
Even before that. It happens so many times. It happens so many times where developers, where a person's like, the developer would never do blank. The developer would never change the Pokemon formula. Fast forward freaking 2 months later, and we got Pokemon Let's Go. Like, I don't know, man. It doesn't seem like you know as much about these developers as you think you do. So who knows? Anything's possible until they until it doesn't happen. I was about to say until they say it's not. Really, the only party that we can partially believe is Nintendo. Because Nintendo is the one that has the ultimate say. Like, they can be like, right. Oh yeah, we respect Itoi's artistic vision and the fact that he doesn't want to do another Earthbound thing, but at the end of the day, we own the IP, so you know what? We're gonna go ahead and put out Mother 4. Like,
right, exactly, yeah.
It's just like these are corporations, and that's why Smash Brothers still exists and it's still coming out regularly, because at the end of the day, if like Sakurai, if Nintendo's like, we want to make another Smash Brothers game, Sakurai can't say, I don't want to do it. And then they're like, okay, well, I guess we're not going to make it. They're going to say, oh, okay, I guess we'll find somebody else to do it. You know, like that. I mean, that's just the long and short of it. You're not going to like Smash Brothers Ultimate was just the fastest selling game it's looking to be, because in the UK and in Japan we don't have US numbers yet. But in the UK and in Japan, it's the fastest selling Smash Brothers game by far. So for them to not follow up on that with another game ever again, because Sakurai's like, I don't know if I want to make another one. That's not going to happen. And I think it's the same thing with Mother/Earthbound. If they're like, hey, a lot of people want this and we see a big money-making opportunity here. Like, look at how much money we made when we put out freaking Earthbound on Wii U and 3DS or whatever, right? We're going to put out Mother 3 on Switch. Imagine how much money we can make there. I think if they smell blood in the water, then we're gonna get what we're gonna get.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, they're gonna go for the if it's profitable, then it makes sense. Then they're gonna shoot for it. And that'll be good for Smash Bros. Because they're never gonna stop making them.
Of course not.
Keep coming.
Unless the next one sells freaking 4 copies, but we all know that's not gonna happen.
Petard 35 being greedy again and getting another question on here. If you guys were a Pokemon, what type would you be, and what moves would you have?
I'd be a psychic type, because I called the Nintendo Switch my second video. And my moves would be Foresight and self-destruct. No, I'm joking.
Oh my god. According to Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, I'd be a normal type, because I'd be a
Meow. I don't even remember what I got in Pokemon Mystery. I think I got like Squirtle or something like that. I know I got something that I actually like.
You got something cool. Went through the whole freaking Q&A question thing.
No, I think I got Trico, which is even worse. That's even worse for you.
Yeah, it sucks. I know. It's pissing me off. Give me a freaking I'm never buying Mystery Dungeon ever again.
Oh my!
Give me a freaking meow.
That's
piss
hilarious.
Me off.
I like that. I'm buying Mystery Dungeons every year just because of that. 10 out of 10.
Asshole. Yeah, freaking piss me off. Upset. Squantle says you should touch on Kirby Star Allies, Heroes, and Another Dimension mode if you haven't already. It looks like the devs were listening to everybody's complaints. AJ, this is specifically for you. I have not followed anything on Kirby Star Allies.
I don't know. Maybe I'll look at it. I don't know. Kirby Star Allies. I can't even say it burnt me. I knew for sure that this game was not going to be what everybody's like. I don't know. You didn't play it yet. Maybe you'll be surprised. Like who saw Breath of the Wild and was like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, right?
Maybe this game isn't ambitious. You know, like you can see from the get-go what a game is going to shape out to be. Like you don't know all the intricacies of it, but you get the general like idea. You get the idea of like how big this game has the potential to be. And if you don't get that idea, then the marketing is terrible. And you know what? I think Nintendo does pretty good at marketing their things more often than not. So the fact that I wasn't getting this brand new Kirby game that was breaking ground and all that crap, the fact that I wasn't getting that told me that, hey, this isn't going to be that game and it's going to be a baby game for babies. And then a lot of people like to say like, oh, well, that's what the game always was meant to be. No, show me where Sakurai said, hey, this game is supposed to be a game for little kids. Sakurai.
Exactly, yeah.
Envision Kirby as being a game that's easy to learn, hard to master, just like every other game that he makes. So where's that hard to master aspect of Kirby? I'm missing it. Maybe that's in that DLC.
Hard. You didn't play it on hard mode. You played it on easy mode.
There is no hard mode.
Internet, I tried, guys. I tried to defend your beloved Kirby.
It's stupid, and you're stupid for liking it. No, I'm joking.
Eric Henley. So he's a member.
This is true.
Very a proud member of the channel. I'll stick to the superior Pokemon game, Pokemon Quest. Funny enough, I'm getting Let's Go on Friday, and I'm excited. Also, we need a Logan emote relating to him smashing you in Smash Bros. I agree. No,
I think that would be less accurate than the sleeping emote.
That'd be an awesome emote.
We got a paper trail of proof that that's not the case. You guys are seeing a very small sample size of a long, long history of Smash Brothers gameplay.
All right. Freaking Yu-Gi-Oh! Then, so I don't know.
That was, again, even longer, even longer paper trail. Gears is the one that's undisputed. Okay. You'll beat me in, period. But I don't know about too many other games that's the case.
Yo, put it on Uncharted 4 right now. It's like, no,
that doesn't even make sense. I mean, it has a multiplayer mode, I guess. But
yeah,
nah, there's for the most part.
I don't know.
For the most part,
I don't know nobody that was like, you try to go on some Uncharted? Like,
yeah, it's like, you can't see me in Uncharted, man. And then, I'll smack you in Uncharted. Like, nobody's saying that.
Yeah, I know. But that was definitely just like an afterthought. Oh, this would be a cool, nice addition. Carlos L says, no upload this week. That's a bummer. Hope everything is good. I got violently sick. I was eating a salad of Ramon lettuce?
Ramon. Yeah. Romaine lettuce?
Yeah. And
Ramon lettuce.
Anyway, and then I was on the side and just start puking out and just started puking my guts out. And then I seen that there was a recall. I was like, oh my God.
That happened a while ago. You need to pay attention to the world.
That's freaking terribleness.
But yeah, I think he's talking about the podcast, but I don't know.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. Oh, with that, I suck. But Brain Glick. I personally don't think it makes sense because Pokemon just doesn't make But organically, Snorlax can fire.
Makes sense organically.
Oh yeah, since organically, Snorlax can fire a hyper beam that could easily destroy a car. What animal in our world comes close to looking like they evolved into that direction? Realistic looking doesn't make sense in an unrealistic world. There's more fantasy than sci-fi. But I will say this world seems so unlike how I think the world in Pokemon would be, aka non-utopian, that it would probably wouldn't fit with this realistic attempt. I hope one day they make the unrealistic live-action movie. Maybe it can be completely CGI, probably 10 years from now, and how they'll drag their feet with how they drag their feet with this kind of stuff.
Hard disagree. I don't think that makes any sense. So there's no realistic fantasy movies now? Lord of the Rings doesn't exist? Harry Potter doesn't exist? None of that stuff. Like, there's no fantasy movies that look realistic. Mm-hmm. Did you hear this, Logan? They've never made a realistic fantasy movie ever. But no,
yeah.
I don't agree with that at all. I think the fact that Snorlax has the power to destroy a car has no bearing on what he can look like in a realistic setting. And I don't think that the fact that Snorlax is able to do these things bars them from being able to ground that in some way, because there are things in this world that are capable of doing that. It may not be a creature that looks like Snorlax, but there's volcanoes that can do stuff like that. So it's like you adjust that and you try to write around, just like how a lot of stuff in Marvel movies is beyond what can be done in our world. But they still look realistic, and they still attempt to ground them. I think Pokemon movies could easily do the same thing.
Yeah, I don't think that taking abilities from that world and be like, okay, this makes sense in our world, so therefore, or this doesn't make sense in our world, so therefore this shouldn't look realistic, or they shouldn't try to have this aesthetic going. You just can't compare those two because it's totally two different things.
Yeah, it's a no for me, Chief.
Yeah, it's like, and even if you're related to video games too, it's there's realistic games that they go for that that look, and they don't have to be 1-to-1 with reality itself. This is a simulator. It's you see a lot of games that are realistic looking, have that have that tone to them.
I'd say most of them. Yeah. Most games that are realistic have that. You know, like God of War looks realistic, but ain't no way people are doing what Kratos can do.
Right, exactly. I'm not freaking gonna throw an axe and freaking pull it back to me like a bow and arrow or something. I'm not gonna do the things he does in that game. Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, those two you just can't compare the two, Chief. Ultimate Elite says, "Do you and AJ read comics? And if so, what are you reading?"
I dip in and out. Like I random urges come where it's like, you know, I wanna read a Spider-Man comic or whatever, or manga. You count manga? Do those count?
I was gonna say
sometimes I'm like, I'll read this manga, but rarely. Especially now. Now I feel like if I'm consuming some type of media, it needs to be in the background while I'm doing something else. And I can't do that with reading comics.
If you replace reading with skim and replace comics with manga, then yes. But other than that, no, I don't. I honestly don't. I mean, it'd be cool to like, oh yeah, look at this here. So that way, when I'm going and watching these new Marvel movies, I'm like, oh, this is cool. I know this person from this thing, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's why you never see us in Wolf Den Comics videos.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly.
Because I mean, at this point, it would have been expected otherwise. Because I'm in freaking on Wolf Den games and Wolf Den Live pretty frequently. So me not being in comics is just because I don't know as much about that.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be a reach.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like Mr. Fantastic. See, I
said a comic thing.
Put some exactly. I know some stuff. I'm cool with the kids these days. I know what you guys are into.
It'd be sad. Never mind. I'm not even going to get into that. It brings up bad.
Speaking
memories.
of, I mean, we can talk about the new Spider-Man movie that's coming out like a week from now.
Isn't it out? I thought it was out. Everybody's talking about how good it is. Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, that. Okay, I think it is out actually. Yeah, so we can talk about that in the next episode of the podcast. If people want to hear our thoughts about that movie, let us know if you want to hear our thoughts about Spider-Man.
How do you want to do that? Well, I guess they could freaking write it in the comments.
Yeah.
All right.
Or tweet us like, hey, what do you think?
Yeah, tweet us and say, hey, go see that movie.
Yeah. All right.
I still gotta freaking watch that Pokemon movie. I gotta buy that or download it or rent it or something.
Yeah, you do.
All right, goodbye.
Ain't no other movie we gotta watch? The Sonic movie next year.
Oh my god.
See you guys.
Makes me sick to my stomach.
Bye.
Goodbye.